Hello and welcome, my friends. Y'all ready for something funky? Well, I'm Hambbage and funny or funky. I read funky there. It's early. Just had a sip of coffee. That's it though, and it's chilly. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so nice. I was outside. It was like appreciably below 60 this morning. Felt so good to be chilly instead of just unbearably hot. Loved it. So, what do we got going? Well, today for me is Friday. We are here in the Warped Forest, and as we kind of laid out at the end of the last episode, if you caught that one, we are going to continue to gather up a few resources. We kind of just set up our inventory. We got an axe and a hoe. Those are our main tools we're using right now. We want to keep being careful, but we want to keep exploring this warped forest as much as we can to try to get some more goodies. And we had a pretty good kind of groove going here. Let's see if we can. Of course, we won't get those. When we first started out, we were taking out full trees, all the blocks, keeping everything looking really official and nice, partly because we were right next to our main road going between spawn and kind of our base. Our bases. These I will take just to kind of see if maybe we can do a bit of a cover here. Now, this is pretty sketchy. I wouldn't want to trust this for major building, but when it comes to just like filling in a hidden hole, works pretty good, right? I don't think that's going to be taking a lot of gassed shots. We're not going to be standing there a whole lot, but this will do the trick if at the end of the episode or in a next one or something like that, I'm coming back around and forget that that's there. So now we're safe. Okay. Did you see him? Just, they're still going. Now, why is this all fireball-y? Was that from the lava, maybe? Fell down, there was another tree, started a little mini forest fire type deal. That's my guess. Unfortunately, I'm guessing oh no, we're not coming to the end. I thought we were done. Can maybe take out the stem here. I don't know that that's not the distant background, so I'll just leave them. Man, so many Endermen on this day. Woo! You guys know how big a fan I am of them walking up while we're trying to look up at trees, so this should play out well. The other challenge here, when we're just getting started for the day. Hey, look at that. Got some quartz. Not intentional. I just wanted to stick a good stack of netherrack to get up the hill here. Look at him. I mean, does this not just say I'm a jerk? That's what it says to me, sirs. Oh, and here we go. There's one down. Come on in. that should help a little bit. Thin the herd. Just too many of them to start there. And yeah, it's a little cheesy to stand in a hole, but just go ahead and toss those. Alright. But yeah, we're not here to have fair fights with Nethermen. Nethermen? I guess that's what we can call them when we're in the Nether. What do you guys think? Nethermen? New thing? Now we'll probably just get a bunch more. Game will decide. We were mean. It didn't like it. This pack spawning up here is wild, though. And so yeah, again, I think what we got in like 7.5 stem shulkers, or not shulkers would have been awesome. Stacks. So we're doing okay, but we just wanna load up before we really start in on the project. So I got a topic of commenter question that I'll throw out there for you. I know you guys are uniquely reluctant to speak on any specific topic, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. I'm gonna bust your chops for it too much, but I'm curious what inspires you guys when you do a building project. Whether it's design, like the shape and the size and all that, but also the colors that you use, the blocks that you use, all that. What gives you your ideas that you end up using in your builds? I haven't hidden at all that in the 2 times this summer that I've driven out to Iowa, in the Midwest, I have seen loads of different of the, kind of traditional family farm type things, or, just the traditional farms. And that certainly is what has inspired the silos and what I'd like to do with the barn. And it basically is just kind of changing my whole thoughts for around the base for this world. So that's a clear, hey, I saw something, it fits with, the style that I always, lay out my fields, as opposed to making them enclosed and villager run or anything like that. So fits there, and I'm really gonna enjoy even more than what we've already done, and I hope you guys look forward to that, because there will be times when we're working on a lot of that kind of stuff together. So hope you enjoy. But no, for your own builds, I'm just realizing I don't know. I think we came through from this way. This would be west. Nice. Okay, let's just throw a torch, as we are now kind of in the thick of stuff. So yeah, feel free to drop a comment if is it other builders? The reason I kind of thought of that and asked, and I'll give a shout out, TJ Games, I think is what it is. TAYGAJAY. Need to be able to speak. Did like a recap of top 20 builds, and pretty cool. Loads of good stuff, and he's got the shaders and all that, so they look really pretty. Um, I'll admit I don't spend as much time watching all of the videos because he's building outside of like a hardcore mode, and most of the time that I have for watching, I do. You watch what you enjoy, what you like to play, and I really like hardcore Minecraft. So when I can find a series of somebody playing, ideally hardcore vanilla, but just hardcore in general, that's what I want to spend my time sticking around and watching. But still subscribers, still love keeping an eye on what he's up to and seeing all the latest stuff. So I do that regularly. Well, he just did this. I guess it's a kind of an anthology of his recent. I don't know how recent his builds though, and they're they're pretty cool. He's got a bunch of different like housing type stuff, but one's called a cruise ship. It's pretty neat. See, now that doesn't have like a forest fiery thing going. That's what's weird about that other little area. Man, just a cool little biome. Let's do one of these guys. I don't want to. Thinking that that's a rare opportunity for something to be bright enough. Okay, no messing around. We don't want to die for it, but that might be a kind of fun, different thumbnail. There's been a healthy dose of pandas recently, haven't there? And that was kind of nice. It helped out while we were gathering all the fortress bricks to have all my hey, we got pandas excitement photo roll kind of stuff. So that was very convenient. And then I think it was for the last video. I think they kind of run together a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it was the last one was the first one that I hadn't had anything from our run-in with the pandas on the 150 episode. That's a big tree. Let's go all the way down here. How do we back to the trunk? Did I already? Oh, here it is. Much darker now. But yeah, like for that last video, I was just like, all right, let's roll the dice with YouTube, see what the algorithm comes up with. And after all the pandas, and having been in a video where we were in the Nether twice, we were up at the new building site. We had contact. We were all over these forests and stuff. It defaulted and selected a picture from kind of like a badly aimed picture of me up on the little like enchanting deck at the base, the real base, looking at the silos. Like, oh, good. So I've used that image a lot. Maybe give me something different. So I went with the old YouTube preference. YouTube, if you guys haven't ever, just used it for random thumbnails, it absolutely loves lava slime. If it can get a picture of a lava slime sitting or hopping or anything, I think the little ones and zeros are delighted, and it considers itself well done. So that was what I ended up going with. It was more interesting. I think the other one was shulker boxes, which makes a lot of sense because when you have different colors of shulkers all laid out in a row, that's a bright, um, solid image that YouTube can be like, oh, this will be colorful and interesting. But again, you know, if you're, I mean, what should I say? Tiny little channel, just playing around. I love you guys to death that come and hang out, but you know, we don't have thousands of viewers or anything like that. So I'm not saying I'm the master of the YouTube meta, but what I've found as I've tried to take more and more screenshots as I run along in my worlds and use them for the videos myself is to try to keep a supply of the various critter and animal type pictures, some landscapes, you know, selfies and all that kind of stuff too, but particularly when we're working like a construction project or something. For one thing, I think it gets a little spoilery, and I say that in a lighthearted way, and I don't know, you know, what you guys think. I think a lot of times certainly the thumbnail helps show, hey, this is what we're going to be working on. You guys can expect to see us get to this point. But, you know, since I often don't know, and I know that's different too, a lot of people that are making content and using building to do that, you know, let's just face it, they're going from a guide. I admit it myself, like the darkroom spawner and all that, it's not, you know, it's not any guide I can point you to a URL on, but I built it so many times. I have the guide in my head, right? Sometimes I forget a piece or something, and that makes it interesting, but whoa. How did you even see me to shoot? Gasty? Where are you at? There you are. Ooh, let's go over here. This is... Oh, seriously? Serious? You cannot be serious. Oh. A little sidetrack, a little break. We've been working hard at this. I saw the 1 XP bulb. Not the best place for finding tears or anything like that. I mean, for one thing, they could just fall in to the lava. Alright, let's just get the vantage to look down. They do go flying, don't they? Well, I think we're going to call that a miss on any tears. But we got the ghast. Didn't blow anything up. Didn't make like too tough on us. And now we can take down some of these bigger trees in relative quiet until the next lava slimes. I don't think we'll hang out on the edge of the basalt deltas too long. If we can avoid it, but we'll hang out as long as we got all this. This could be like a full stack. Maybe. Maybe not. That would take a lot. But it'll help us get there. these are a little bit trickier because they can just end, right? Like, oh, do, I'm going down the stem, everything's fine, and then it's gone. That is not what I want to do. See, like there, that would have been, let's see, I thought I saw like Enderman hanging out. Maybe it was just that spinning blocks and stuff up there, but yeah, trappy Enderman on my brain. Alright, now we have this tree. That's pretty good. We do a lot better once we've decided to not worry about the fungus blocks as much and just get the stems. Speeds it up a lot. And when we find these just giant trees. Oh. Okay, we still have a stack in here to work with. Ooh, loud crow. So I did close up my doors this morning. It didn't take long. I turned on the fan this morning, like the heat AC house fan HVAC thing, and it took about 5-10 minutes. I was like, oh, look at that! My inside temperature is down below 60 or below 70 for the first time in the summer. Felt pretty good. Say it feels like there should be some shroom lights around here. Let's do. Okay, that was interesting. Now, this is what we want again. Also, I don't know if it's here or at the construction site next door or what, but current time local is 8:24 a.m. and there's been somebody working with like a grinder or a saw or something for about an hour now. So like 7:30 a.m. in a neighborhood, and they decided, you know what, we don't have any other work we can be doing right now. Let's bust out the grinder. Good morning, world. That's always appreciated. I can't remember, if you ever happen to see, sometimes there'll be like a permit for a big construction project. Just as a random. Oh, I did get a. Wow. Don't mind me. I missed it. How did that give me? Okay, we still got room for these. As soon as we get this tree emptied, we'll pull out the shulkers and load them up to save our pocket space. Get those. So yeah, unfortunately, we got all those going. Fungus. I think we need to break out a dedicated box. I mean, we're here for the stems, not the deals. So let's start here. It's a dangerous color box, by the way, out here. You could lose track of it easily, so don't go wandering off. Okay, that's gonna work better. Better balance. We'll keep a stack there. Don't need the basalt. And then... Alright, we're getting there. Another row. I think I'm okay at this point saying that if we get a shulker's worth of the stems, we'll be good to go. You guys think? So if we can manage another row's worth here. Let's get all these. And we'll be good. So this is still the basalt. I think we started over here, right? That was where the trees were. We went back and killed the gas, so let's keep going east. Nice. Well, never hurts to check. That kind of failed. I don't know that we're going down there just to pick up the stems. Maybe we will end up down there. I don't know. See how it all twists and turns around. Now this is all from... that goes up a long way. Let's not try to prevent this lava. Let's just try to contain it. And let's see if this is a big tree. Sort of, but messy. That's what I'm going to go with. You are a messy tree. That's the worst. We gotta go up just to get the blocks. But more lights. Also, I did not look at drowned spawning light levels at all, even though we talked about it in a previous episode. So I have not gotten any closer on whether, for instance, as I'm gathering shroom lights, we could have some of those in the spawning area. I think that would be pretty negative, though. I don't think we want to do that. But we'll let you know when I do find out. So getting back, random. Getting back to how we were talking about inspirations for builds and where we look to. Um, Again, I'll, the only world that we've had that has so far gone a little bit further than this one, at the point where we kind of had to put it on mothballs and wait, is Slow Cooker. And in that one, it was really history that inspired me. We kind of started to build our base that was going to be a colonial type fortress, I guess, kind of, West Indies and all that. And you guys can guess from the way that I provide the audio in these episodes, my roleplay is pretty limited, right? I'm scatterbrained and all over the place, and basically just talking here while I'm playing whatever comes to mind. But we kind of imagined we were a sailor on the far end of the world building a little settlement in the hopes that wherever the ship was that brought us there would eventually come back with more people and trading and all that kind of stuff. But we were to remake the world while we were there. And it was a lot of fun. We used sandstone themes in that one. But I do take a lot of inspiration from books and, things, other interests outside of gaming or games that are pretty cool to me. What? Oh, you jerk of a... Go away. Get. We got all these trees to get. And Enderman to not look at. Big old tree right here. I was more excited about the thick ones, but when you get the phrase something is going sky high, we just did, I think, in a mushroom tree. Wait, that might have bad connotations. Never mind. Don't go sky high in a mushroom tree. If anybody offers you that, just say, yeah, no, I don't think I'm good. I mean, you do you, but... we got that. Can we... There. Good job. You guys are creeping in. Creeping. Not creeping. You're not going to blow up on us, but... You're moving uncomfortably close. How about that? Yeah, we're definitely going to find a use for all these awesome shroom lights. Good, good, good. Do we see any stems stuck up? I just walked around down there to get all the... Nothing better than going back up the tree and being like, oh, wow. Parkour master, here are the lessons. Alright, not missing anything, right? That is a good core of stem pieces. Definitely getting a new batch here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a bit. And I think we needed one more stack outside of the bottom row of the shulker, right? So we'd be like halfway on that bottom row. So we still need about 5 stacks, maybe? Oh. Gasty. Maybe we can get some more tears. Ooh. If you could be out this way, Mr. Enderman. No, 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 Mr. Gast. Not Mr. Enderman. I did call to him, didn't I? My bad. that angry at me? Shouldn't be. I didn't do anything. Do nothing. Look at them all. Oh, that's the lava thing. Let's keep cruising. I love that every time I'm looking at the directions, I'm still heading the way I want to. That's pretty cool. But we are getting a little overwhelmed by all these Endermen. I guess the best thing there is that they won't just pack aggro, right? So even if we see one and get a little banged up, it won't bring all the others. But we all know how the game likes to play those situations not in our favor. It's always the one that's such a bummer. You like go all the way up, set all those blocks, come all the way back down just to get one extra. This is... You guys can't see it, but I am grinning. This is the type of tree that gets us done. I mean, not quite done, but close. Huge help. Oh, that is so good. Where are we at now? 6, 7, and working on our 8th. Awesome. Good, 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 good. Hi. Alright, you hang out by that tree. That one's yours, this one's mine. How does that sound? This is like the first time I've kind of felt a little spun around on it since I went into the tree. Wow, that's a good one though. Gone too far, too fast. Although, maybe not. Anyway, alright. This is south. Good. I was trying to say that before it came up. I don't know how that'll all play out, but... But I do keep trying to kind of keep this direction, which is west, fresh, because that's the way to the road. And when we'd gone down the little hill, I mean, I haven't really been talking navigation as we've gone. I've just kind of been doing it. It's tough in these trees, but when you go in, you know, try to just kind of know which way you're facing. And as you spin around to get blocks and all that, try to keep track. That's why when the... Okay, catch up. When the Endermen get angry or something like that, or, you know, you get attacked by a horde of pigmen or something, that's when you get lost. It's when you stop. You just start, you know, totally reacting and like, oh, I gotta turn this way, I gotta turn this way, fight. You fall in some lava, try to find your way out. That's when you get really, it's like playing pin the tail on the donkey, right? You get all spun around. You don't know which way you're going. Kids still play pin the tail on the donkey? Is that even a thing? I remember way back. I was a little kid. Like, not even like a, you know, elementary school birthday party. Probably a little older than that. Like, cautiously 4 or 5, something like that. Young, but it was a birthday party, I think, and or, you know, it could have just been a party or whatever. But there were a ton of kids over, and my mom had all these, like, you know, that's why I don't know if it was my birthday exactly. But yeah, my birthday can be a beautiful day if it the weather decides to cooperate. At any rate, we were all outside. We had a big kind of like sandstone slab patio, and I think, you know, we probably had all the food and stuff outside of the picnic table too. But she had all these like little games, and pin the tail on the donkey is what made me think of this whole deal anyway. So you can imagine that was a part of it. But, you know, I remember at my own and other kids' birthdays, and maybe it's just an age thing. Like, you know, maybe everybody shares those kind of things, and they don't ever go out of style. Like, everybody plays them even now. You just don't hear about them anymore once you've outgrown them. But I remember we played pin the tail on the donkey. There was something about dropping clothespins into a pickle jar kind of size thing, as I recall. And I think there was more to it, but you had to like lean over the back of a chair up high and then drop them and see how many of the clothespins you could get into the jar. And then there was, I still remember it to this day, there was one that was, you know, little kids, right? And gum is a huge deal, like sticks of gum, not you know, like back then it was like Hubba Bubba and stuff like that was fancy gum. You got like a piece of gum, but, you know, the juicy fruit and all that with the sticks. And so there was a game where you had to wear a pair of the, like, I don't know, what are they, like cotton? If I say like garden gloves, right? Not like work gloves. They aren't like heavy leather. Like you're going to be swinging a axe or a shovel all day. These are like that, you know, kind of like lighter weight, cottony type gloves that keep your hands from getting all dirty if you're like dirty if you're planting little flowers or, you know, weeding or stuff like that. And you have a little bit more feel, but not a lot. Well, if you've got kids and you're looking for a way to entertain them, or give them a nothing to you but fun way to entertain them at a party or something like that, or they just got friends over for playing it, you don't want them to be staring at the video games for another couple hours. Um, Pair of adult, they don't have to be huge, but like, if you're talking little kids with little kid hands, just an adult small even size gloves are going to be way too big for them, right? And then I think it was just a single piece, and like if you remember the old old, I think it's timeless, right? I think they're still out there, but like Juicy Fruit Gum or Spearmint or Doublemint or any of those that Wrigley's had, where it's the paper sleeve around the foil paper wrapping the piece of gum, right? So you got like 2 layers of wrapping. And that's why I say I don't think it was like you got the whole pack, of 5 pieces or whatever it was. Not the big, fat, heavy pack of those pieces of gum, but just like, the little, like, quick to go that you can get at like the gas station or whatever. That's one person, non-sharing type pack. I don't know. I'm not a big gum guy anyway. And I can't honestly say the last time I went and bought a pack of Wrigley's gum, or any gum for that matter. But I assume they still sell like the 5 pieces in a tight sleeve. So it may have been that. Everybody got one of those, and you had to open the pack. Let's assume it was all 3. You had to open the outer pack with the little like spinny reely thing. The paper, I don't know, it's at one end and it's got a little tab, and you pull on that and open it, and that breaks the seal on the gum. And then you have like the 5 pieces inside, and each one of those has the paper sleeve around the outside and then the foil. And it's a racing game, so you have one kid versus another. And I guess depending on the age of the kids, if they're a little bit older, they'd still get a kick out of it. But then you could make them do the whole 5, those whole small 5 packs. If they're really little and they're, just kind of figuring out chewing gum and trying not to get it in their hair and all that, then maybe a piece per. Plus, how much time do you want them to be occupied, right? Because they're not going to be super quick, and you don't want them to get bored or frustrated while you're doing it. So you be the judge of how far you want to take it. But basically, whether it's a stick or a little pack, you have a couple kids or all the kids at the party squared off, and they have to fully open and get either the one or all the pieces of gum in their mouth at the same time. Hilarious, because they lose all fine motor dexterity, and especially as I remember, we were doing the multiple pieces. So at the end, you have way more gum in their mouth than they can handle, and of course they don't manage it well, right? Like, if the younger the kids, the less familiarity they have with gum, and they're just, instead of like, I think that, if you want to get all strategic, I think that the spoiler alert strategy on it is, if you can, you unwrap as many as possible, hold all the gum, throw it all in your mouth at the end, because the more and more gum you get, the more and more overwhelming that becomes in your mouth. And I don't know. I remember, that's how, not quite. I'm not that old, but it feels like half a century ago. It wasn't, but a long, long time ago. And I still remember the sunny day. I remember how we were all lined up. I don't remember, who all the kids were. I know a few of them were there who would have been there, but I don't remember like what order we were standing in as we did all that or anything. But definitely easy way to make fun memory. Oh, wrong stack. So yeah, there you go. And if you're older, similar vein as the too much gum in your mouth, if you're older, one of the best like prank challenge things, you guys know what I'm talking about if you're old enough. If you haven't really though, there's all the fun food challenges that you can do to people where you give them a challenge with an amount of time and say, all right, you need to, it's, and I'm not one to be like, oh yeah, let's make this person get violently ill. Just not what I find particularly entertaining. But along those lines, I was once on a rafting trip. And when you go whitewater rafting, it's usually like, it depends on the length of the trip and all that, but you're going to go miles downriver in the course of the trip. And hey, this is where we came up. So let's do this to there. Oh, okay. Like to get out now. So you go whitewater rafting, and it is awesome, fun day. You've got all this stuff going on, and by the time you get done, you're pretty worn out, depending on how often you do it or anything like that, how familiar you are with it. Your adrenaline's been pumping, you've been wet and in the sunshine and all that. So you've basically had a blast, and your boat mates, and usually you have, 2, 3, 4 rafts, and all the people in your boats, and you probably made some new friends, had friends that you were with in your boat, all that. And by the time you get done, you get picked up in a bus, and they either bus you beforehand up to wherever you're going to be rafting, or they bus you after, from down below. You put in right where you get, at where the building is or whatever, and then get bussed back, or vice versa. You bus upstream and then pull out right at the building when you're done. Both work pretty well. All right, we are going to stop right here. Awesome. I wasn't sure exactly how close we were, but it looked pretty good there when we opened up. And I don't know exactly how we're doing on the time, but I think we're very close. If not a little bit over. So we'll just sort this up and then say goodbye. So anyway, riding back on a bus, I don't think it was anyone we knew directly. But some people bring snacks, or the thing provided snacks, or I don't know what the deal was. But it was like one of my friends, and somebody's like, here's the deal, you can't, and it became a bet deal, but it was like, you get $5 or whatever if you can eat one of those, and you guys know what I'm talking about, the orange crackers with the peanut butter inside. They're like generic, they come in a little sleeve, so they're about the size of a candy bar, and they got like six of those like random non-food orange colored crackers with the peanut butter inside. And it was simple. It was eat one of those packs in a minute. If you do, I'll give you, and I don't know if it was $5, $10, $20, whatever. The person who was doing it was like, I already know how this is going to go, but whatever the amount is. And, of course, we're all like, oh, everybody's hungry anyway. The guy's like, absolutely, I'm in. I can kill this. No, you can't. It's totally impossible to eat a pack of those crackers. And again, you can't drink any water or anything like that. You just got to eat the pack of crackers dry in a minute. And they will absolutely, like you can do fine through even 3 of them. Then your ability to get any saliva so that you can swallow the rest is just done. It'll look pretty miserable by the end. But if you ever want one of those food type challenges that's not going to make somebody physically sick, it's not going to gross anybody out, but is hilarious to watch somebody trying really hard, that's a great one. It's pretty entertaining to see. All right, well, we are back in the overworld. I'm afraid to look at this time, but it is 1 hour, so not too bad. And I'm glad we got all the way back here. We will have more fun. I am going to record another episode right on the heels of this one, and it is going up on Saturday the 18th, as I mentioned in a previous video. I've got a lot of stuff going on today and a lot of stuff going on tomorrow, specifically a football game that I'm going to go watch, and it's poorly timed, so nothing else is going to really be possible. Plus, as some of you guys have commented, man, you got a lot of videos going. Yeah, but you've had a lot going on the week, so I encourage you, if you are so inclined, go back, catch up on a few of these episodes. It'll give you guys a chance to catch back up. But yeah, a couple days where I'm not going to be playing as much. So check back tomorrow or whenever, check that next video. I don't even know. I think this is 156, maybe. So check back video 157, see what we've got coming up here in my next video, and after that we will we'll let you guys enjoy them all. But take care of yourselves, have a good break. I know I'm going to, and we will see you all back here for the next one. Saving to quit, and remembering that I didn't put up the thank you screen. There you go. All right, we'll talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye now.